think I'm Steam 50.
Yes, Derrick, there you go.
Thank you so much, Derrick. So we don't want to waste and consume time. This session is going to be around 60 minutes, and we want to kick it off. So welcome, Derrick, who is our main facilitator during this session.
Thank you so much, Dickson and Alex. I hope I'm audible, I'm loud and clear. I'm kind of experiencing some network challenges. I'll be very sorry for that. Hope you'll bear with me. So last time we had started on the MIE application, and we did look at how through phase one. Perhaps maybe members can be typing in the chat how they are as far as the application process is concerned. We'd like to know at which step are you at the moment. Dickson, when you are able to see my screen, please let me know.
Okay. The screen not yet ready.
It's okay. Are you able to see it? So still yet loading?
It's still loading. Yes, I'm able to see it now. I'm able to see it now.
You're able to see it, huh?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So in our last session, we had looked at phase one. Today, I am going to take you through phase two of this application. And I had requested members to type in the chat how carrying on as far as the application is concerned. And I'm sorry, my network is a bit it's a bit troublesome now. I don't know why it's not loading. Felix Malombe, can you send me the link to the event code in the chat? I click on it away.
Just a moment. Just getting the link.
It's okay.
Derrick, you want a link for
The Microsoft Edu event course so that I can be able to just click on it right away. I'm trying to load it from my part. It's not okay. Thank you. Yeah, here it is now. So perhaps from the chat, Dickson, what are the responses? Members through with phase one?
Okay.
Or there are no responses yet?
Sarah is saying that she did not succeed on enrollment.
Yes.
Isaiah is still at the beginning. Joel Kaindi will be doing it next week. He was gathering artifacts. I think those are the responses that are in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, here we are now. So for those who are beginning, you'll have to come to this site, homepage, landing page, and you register here to start your application process. Those are who are still yet at phase one. If you are through with phase one now, today we are going to look at two of the application. And you remember when the date is between May and July 8th. So members are supposed to work possible so that the deadline doesn't meet them when they are yet to finalize. So I wanted to show you how to do it in phase two. In, and then show you. Is one of the yeah, here we are. This is my account. I want to use it to show you how to go about it. Now, So I'll go to the editing so that I'll be able to show you. Yeah, as you can see, this is my account. I did self-nominate myself. So these are the questions that are asked in the second phase. So the first one was, remember this one, if your school is a showcase school, incubator, or neither. So at the moment, my school is neither. I'm currently teaching at Nova Pioneer. These are the ranges of students I'm teaching. I teach, I'm a Swahili teacher, that's why I said foreign languages. Then my school does have internet access. Some of my learners can access internet at home. Then these are now my URLs. I have a Facebook account, so these are my URLs to these sites. They are needed, and then so these are the questions will be asked there. I'm just taking you through, and then we go through it. How to do it. I'll be using someone's account to do it. So just showing you through this in a quick way. So I was able to answer all these questions. And then this is what enabled me to go through phase 1, now phase 2, and currently I'm in phase 3. So that is it. Now I want to sign out of this account and log in using another account so that I show you how to go about the questions. Because most of you said the questions are some did decide chat me in the WhatsApp and informed me to help them go through the questions. So I hope I'll be able to help you go through the questions where I can. Questions are about what you are doing, you as an educator. So most of the things will be dependent on what you do as an educator. But I'll be able to highlight a few areas that I'm really sorry, my network is a bit troublesome. Bear with me. So perhaps I can load the questions and then we go through them together. Those who are finding this with here we go to sign in a different mind so that I'll be able to take you through this process.
Hello, Derrick.
Hello, Felix. Hello,
Your
Dickson.
screen is not visible. Stop sharing.
My screen is not visible.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Dickson. When you're able to see my screen, please let me know.
No, not yet. Yes.
Are you yet to see it?
It is loading. I'm not seeing from my side.
Felix Malombe, are you able to see my screen?
Derrick, I can see your screen, but the screen I can see is the one that says Microsoft Educator Programs. You are trying to sign out the last time we checked, and you're still hanging there. You are still there, so we are not sure if that's what you want to show.
I think I'm experiencing a bit of network challenges, so that's the reason probably. Let me try to reshare again.
Meanwhile, as Mr. Derrick continues to do that, thank you, Dickson, for really coordinating us. And we are looking at various ways in how we can become educators who are connected globally. And Microsoft Educator Expert Program is just one of the powerful platforms that a teacher or an educator, not really both, but from early years to primary school, to secondary school, and to university that can join. And why are we putting prime on this? Why are we making it so powerful? Why would we want to, make this a big thing? The reason is simple, and we are saying there are various opportunities that are there. Today, you can join Google Educator, Certified Educator. Today, you can join various programs, and you'll be seeing them as we apply for Microsoft Educator Expert. So you need to join all those organizations so that you can actually become someone who really learns from other people. And why are we learning from other people? That is a leading question, because we are simply saying that where the country is going, where the future is going, it needs that people develop a global mindedness. So then we are asking ourselves, what exactly do we need to invest? And one of the things we need to invest is building our PLN, something called professional learning network. That is very crucial. Today we are joined by various teachers from Kenya and from Rwanda as well, and I think one from Uganda. And we'll be, growing as a continent. Yes, yes. Okay. Dixon, did you want to say something?
Not really.
Oh.
It is someone maybe is not muted.
Okay. Yeah, so there are various platforms for that education programs for educators in Microsoft, and so one of them is Microsoft Educator platform, and the other one, there is also something called Microsoft Incubator or Microsoft Showcase School. And all these things start by, you as a teacher, taking pride in what you do, valuing the wonderful job that you do, and really coming out and saying, I want to develop in this area, not for anyone, not for the government, not for TSC, not for, the students, but just even for you as a person. So the biggest question has always been, what is in for me? And today we are saying the one thing that we are sure of is that we are in this for the purpose of, helping one another to grow together, to build a community that learns together, become researchers like we have had in the last session that we had on Tuesday, and so forth. And so this is one of the crucial programs that we are going to be working on. Already in Kenya, there are around 32 MIE experts. And then we are going to be, encouraging people to, apply and become experts in this area. It's not like a degree that you get, but it's a platform that gives you access to, various opportunities for growth as a teacher, and also as you grow your PLN. So thank you very much, everyone. Before I give it back to Derrick, let me hear what Mr. Nicodemus wanted to say so that we are able to work together. Mr. Nicodemus Tunje.
I'm new to this platform.
Yes.
But I want to learn more. So I have joined just 15 minutes late. So I would like to know what this MIE expert doing in Kenya or to teachers. That is my question.
Okay, just to respond to that, in Kenya and across Africa, there is a great, I need to, let me mute one person and then I can explain clearly. I don't know if I can really clearly speak. Sorry, Dickson and Derrick, just for a moment.
Yes.
So what Nicodemus we are doing is that I will also mute you, sorry, so that I don't have echo, kindly, if you allow me. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, so I'm saying what we are doing is we are bringing teachers together, teachers who are thinking about use of technology in the classroom, even with the challenges that we have in Africa. We are told by a research by the UN and also by other agencies like Teaching Task Force, the UN is the UNICEF, that already we need 17 million teachers in Africa if we are to realize the goal of quality education in sub-Saharan Africa. And so we are asking ourselves, what exactly do we need to do? One of the things that we are saying is to become researchers as teachers. We don't just want to teach the textbooks that were taught in 1960. We want to look at how we can improve the process of photosynthesis, for example, how we can teach verbs in a fun way for the children who are also being prepared for the future that is to come. So that is research-based teaching. The other thing we want to focus on is growing our professional learning network. I don't know if Nicodemus, you are from Kenya or from Rwanda, you'll be telling us, or even from Zimbabwe, you'll be telling us. The point is to ensure that we are able to know what other people are doing, what other teachers are doing, develop a community of practice that really, appreciates what we do and in our classrooms as such. So Microsoft in education has invested a lot to ensure that they prepare children to achieve more, to prepare, to support teachers to achieve more. So the discussion today is about encouraging teachers to join this community of practice, which is called the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. So it doesn't mean that you are an expert fully. It means that you are joining the community of experts where you can even learn from others. So in today's session, we are looking at what is required to do so. So in the on Thursday last week, we started when we met a few of educators in Kenya and some, I think some two from Rwanda. But then today we want to extend and start growing even in a better way, so that we actually develop a community of teachers in Africa that are looking at growth and working together to look at what we can do as teachers and grow together. So that is what the program today is all about. It's about us coming together, learning about this process called MIE Expert, which is Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, which happens in the course of this month and the last month, May, June, and July. So we want to take teachers through the process so that they also become experts. They join this powerful opportunity that we have in our presence. So thank you very much for joining us. I will take you back now to, I don't know if you have answered your question before we even continue, Mr. Nicodemus. You can unmute kindly.
Yes, I'm certified. The question is well answered. I'm from Kenya.
Okay, then thank you very much, Mr. Nick. Okay, then I will go back to Mr. Derrick. Over to you, Derrick.
Derrick, the mic is yours. Derrick Charles, can you hear?
Yes, I think Felix muted me. Hope I'm now audible.
Yes, we can hear you. I'm so sorry.
No, thank you. No worries at all. It is very much in order. So good. We are on phase 2. Hope you are able to see my screen now.
Yes.
2 is basically about the questions, as you can see, and these ones are automatically scored by the system, so you better get them right. There's a minimum threshold to surpass for you to be able to 3. So they are scored by a machine, so you will answer and then the machine them. You can see on using Microsoft Education tools. So they basically want to know more about how you are using the Microsoft Education tools. And as they are saying here, this will be scored automatically and you must reach a certain level to be moved onto the human review phase. So these ones will be by a machine, then you'll go to step 3 that is done by a human being. So it is best to submit before July 8th, as I had said. Ensure the deadline doesn't so that you have time to resubmit if you don't go through this phase. But I'm sure all of us are going to go through this phase because we are going to collaborate. As you can see here, they have said a hint. It is perfectly okay to work with other colleagues as you prepare your nomination. For phase 2 questions, use the resources. They have even given you the resources to use to fill the nomination form. Then make it fun, do it with your colleagues. So it's very much in order if we can collaborate on it right now. So this is not cheating. So what we are doing is basically we are collaborating. We are not cheating them, hopefully so. So these are now the questions that are automatically scored by the machine. You can see, how often do you use the following Microsoft 365 tools? So like Teams in an instructional environment. So some of us are using it daily, some use it weekly. So it depends with how you use it. The others, they are saying monthly, rarely, never. I think never is an option here because we are now looking at the threshold. Remember, we are having certain marks for us to go to phase 3. So I think basically daily or weekly, if possible. Then how do you use Microsoft Forms in an instructional environment? So some of us we do use it daily, others use it weekly, depending on your school or what you do. Then how often do you use one organization? So it's also true, some are using it daily. I'm sure like Dickson Karanja uses this daily. Is OneNote guru. So he probably uses OneNote daily. Some of us use it weekly. So it will depend on how you use it, you as a person. But as you have said, we are now looking at the minimum threshold, the minimum marks for us to get. So I'm sure maybe others are not using these tools at all. So with your application. Don't indicate never, surely. Here now, if you indicate never, how will you be able to score the marks? How will the machine award you to go to the human review phase or phase 3? So how often do you use OneNote or staff notebook for professional organization? So you can see here I indicated monthly, perhaps some of it daily, others are using it weekly. Then how often do you use OneNote class notebooks with learners? So I indicated weekly. Perhaps some of us are using it daily, depending on the kind of learning. If you are using hybrid learning or you are in-person learning, those some in-person sessions, you can also use the OneNote and staff notebook. Then how often do you use your OneNote class notebooks with learners? Perhaps if daily or weekly, you will have to indicate there. How often do you share your teaching or learning knowledge with your colleagues, like what we are doing now, what Felix, Dickson, I, and other experts are doing? We always share what we know with you. So basically, for us, we do it perhaps weekly and others do it daily. Then how often do you use Flipgrid with learners? Now here on Flipgrid, we have a master guru here in the name of Malombe. Felix Malombe is a guru in Flipgrid. He's the guy who introduced me to Flipgrid. He showed me how to use it to assess learners. I can give feedback to learners using Flipgrid. It is awesome, by the way. You better try it. I think he'll be taking us through a session on Flipgrid so that we can enjoy learning and giving feedback. We don't have to necessarily keep on marking books. Let's use Flipgrid for feedback. It's a wonderful tool. So, like I'm sure maybe perhaps he may uses Flipgrid with learners daily. Some of us do use it weekly, and others maybe monthly. Then, how often do you use Minecraft Education Edition with learners? Now, Minecraft. I think here also Felix Malombe had hinted that we'll have a session on Minecraft Education Edition. So some of us have done it monthly, maybe perhaps weekly, but you better not say never, because remember the machine is scoring you here. Then how often do you use the following STEM resources or tools with learners? Make for those of you who are educators who teach learners how to code. I'm sure you do this daily. Some of us are doing it monthly because perhaps like me, I'm teaching languages. My subject is Kiswahili, but I do make efforts to help learners learn how to code. Basically, I know a little bit about Scratch, so I always teach learners about Scratch. I'm hoping to keep on doing so. And then hacking STEM, this one also, Felix Malombe is very familiar with it. Perhaps he does it daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah. And then Microsoft Imagine Academy. This one I've not done it before, but I'm looking forward to doing it, hopefully very soon. So basically these questions are the ones we are answering in phase 2. And then we have here, how often do you use the following features of PowerPoint for teaching and learning? And this feature, so live presentations, some of us do them daily. And then recording lessons, we do it daily. We record with PowerPoint. Turning PowerPoint into a video, we do it daily. Presenter coach, daily. There are things we do daily. Subtitles, I do it daily. Embedding forms, I've embedded forms daily. Then inking, I've not done it, so perhaps weekly or monthly. So I'll go with weekly because I don't do it on a daily basis on inking. And then how often do you and your learners use these features in the Microsoft Edge browser? Immersive Reader, Immersive Reader, and use it daily. We hope most of us are very conversant with it. Read aloud is able to read text for learners. Then extensions, we have the Edge browser extensions. Translations, we can be using them daily. Ink or PDF, yeah, daily. Generating QR codes, this one, yeah, daily. If we do make collections, perhaps weekly, then web capture, maybe we can capture something over the web on a daily basis. So basically, these are now the questions that we are answering that will be scored by. Then if you meet the minimum threshold, you'll be able to move to phase 3. And then we have how many Flipgrid virtual field trips have you joined in the past 6 months? If you have joined if you have joined 5, 2, so the question is over the past 6 months. And then how many GridPal connections have you completed in the past 6 months? I think Felix will be doing a session on this so that most of you get conversant with Flipgrid. He is a guru on this. And then we have through the immersive reader and learning tools, students can take all that apply. So what does immersive reader and learning tools do? So you'll be able to tick on this. Everything that the immersive reader and learning tools does, you'll be able to check on it, everything that applies. And then here we have accessibility checker in tools like PowerPoint, Word, Excel, OneNote, Outlook, etc. should be used to. So you also the function of accessibility checker. And then in a hybrid classroom, Teams is used for check all that apply. So how do we use Teams in a hybrid classroom? Basically, meeting environment with the video, that is what it does. Learning management platform, collaboration in both in-person and asynchronous settings, bringing in guest speakers like what we are doing now, and then embedding other tools. We can embed Kahoot, Flipgrid. So basically all this applies to what Teams does in a hybrid. And then formative assessment measures student learning and is typically done when? So when is formative assessment done? So you'll be able to indicate, is it at the beginning of a lesson or unit, during the lesson or unit, or at the end of the lesson or unit? So you'll be able to tick on whichever is appropriate. Then when you create a quiz or a poll in Microsoft Forms, what question types do you have available? Check all that apply. I think in Forms, we use question, we have ranking, we have text, we have rating, we have Likert. So all these are available in Forms. So you'll be able to check on it. And then when using OneNote, students can create their own practice mark assessments with forms that will show them if they got the correct answer. If this is true or wrong, you'll be able to indicate. So here, I think Dickson Karanja will benefit us on OneNote. I think we'll have a session with him on OneNote. And then what types of teams are available with Microsoft Teams in education? I think we do have these teams apart from one. We do have class teams, staff teams. So we have class teams, staff teams, PLC, and then we have anyone teams. We don't post teams in Microsoft Teams in education. So that one doesn't apply to that question. Then what is the correct order for how to create breakout rooms in Teams? So you'll be able to indicate how do we create breakout rooms in Teams. So you'll be able to rearrange this in the order in which it occurs. So basically, then were you an MIE expert in 2020 or 2021? If yes, you'll be able to indicate. If no, also indicate. And then describe how you leverage Microsoft tools to increase accessibility for all learners. So what tools do you use and how do they support different learning needs? So you'll be able to know the different tools from Microsoft that are available and how they support us to support our learners with different needs, perhaps those who cannot read, those who cannot see, will be able to know which are these that are able to support them so that they feel part of our classes. Then tell us about a series of lessons or units or project you did with learners that incorporates Microsoft technology for improved learning outcomes. What 21st century learning design skills were included in the learning, and explain in detail how those skills were developed. So we'll be able to respond to this, and for you to respond to this, you must know the 21st century learning design skills for you to respond to this appropriately. Then provide a link to an example of a learning artifact from a project your learners using Teams. So you'll be able to upload the artifacts in maybe in a Microsoft Drive, and then be able to upload here the URL to that artifact. Then describe what the artifact, the result of the student learning is, how it demonstrates the desired learning objectives, and how Microsoft tools were a critical part of the learning. So you'll be able also to respond to this. So these are the questions that you'll be expected to respond to them. Then after finalizing them, you'll click on, and probably if you are through with the answering the questions, you will now submit. So I think that is basically about phase 2. It's just about answering those questions, and perhaps maybe I create room for questions if I'll be able to respond to some of your questions concerning the phase 2 of the MIE Expert application. So Dickson Ogweno, I welcome you to allow us questions and answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Derrick, for that wonderful presentation. So let me check in the chat. So far, I'm not seeing any question on the chat. So you can either post a question on the chat or you use the raise hand icon so that we can give you opportunity to ask your question. So you can post a question in the chat or raise your hand using the raise hand icon and ask a question on the just concluded presentation.
I see Nicodemus Tunje, your hand is still up. If you have a question, please let me know.
Felix, it seems there are no questions coming.
I was trying to think.
Yes.
Is this a form we use to evaluate, or how can I get this form?
Which form? The one that I've indicated how to go about the questions for
Yes,
the MIE
yes,
Expert application.
yes, that one.
Yeah, it's are you able to access the chat?
Excuse again?
I'm asking if you're able to access the meeting chat.
Yes.
There's a link
Yes.
that Felix has provided.
Yes.
That link will take you directly to the form. It will take you direct to the form, and it will enable you to answer the questions on the form. So maybe let me share my screen so that I show you what you'll do.
I'm not able to see the screen.
I'm sharing in a few moments, please. Just be a bit. I'm getting the link, and then I show you how to go about it. Dickson, please let me know when you're able to see my screen.
Okay.
So that I show Nicodemus how to go about the form.
So you will also post the link on the chat so that educators can click on it. Your screen not yet.
Oh, it's okay. Maybe it's still loading.
Dickson and Derrick, I have shared the link for the event score.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and maybe.
Yeah. So let me click.
As you, maybe you can. I don't know if you can stop sharing and share afresh, because I think one of the screens is still showing the one of the subjects for phase 1.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, maybe you can stop sharing and then you share first. I think maybe as you continue and as Dickson continues to moderate us, Mr. Dickson, allow me to just say something. Okay, yes, sir, I think the link is now there, so you can, click on it. You scroll down and there is a place you need to register, and that is where we start. And then from there we move. Maybe you are here for the first time, you've never used Office 365, maybe from within Kenya or even from outside, and you're wondering, what is it that you need to do? Now, one of the things that we are grateful as a country, that is from Kenya, is that our government has rolled out the Office 365 as the preferred platform for remote learning, and also what we are calling not just remote learning, but also the hybrid learning, because you can use it to teach children remotely, But I think the definition of remote learning has many words. So I normally regard it so much to do with hybrid. So what you'll be doing is you're going to use technology to teach students when they are at home. And that is one thing we call the flip grid, not flip grid, rather flipped classroom. So we'll be seeing how you can use technology to give homework for children, and they can go home, they can use their mom's phone, they can use if they're in high school, they can do some homework during the holiday using, the tools that are available on Office 365. And for students, it will be free. And I think over time, government is going to even start it for the students. So at this stage, the government of Kenya has invested in the teachers. That's a blessing. So I know there are some questions that some people might say, oh, I've never heard of this. And Mr. Derrick is really guiding us very well and telling us about them. So you are like, what question do I even ask? Because I don't even know what you're talking about when you talk about Flipgrid. All I can feel is the form. So I think we will always be going forward and then coming back. We go forward and then we come back so that we can actually be able to support our community. And that is the essence of all this. The Kenyan MIE educators, the Kenyan Microsoft Innovative Educators is a group of teachers who have come together with an effort of working together. So the business is to continue working across the week. On Tuesday, we have a meeting. On Thursday, we have a meeting. And on Saturday, we have another meeting. So, and links will be shared as we go on. So keep checking the groups, and there you go. You'll see the chat, the meetings that are organized. That way, we will support one another. Okay. Mr. Derrick, still your screen is being shared. I don't know if I'm the only one who is seeing that. Mr. Dickson, you can confirm.
Yes, I can see.
Can you see what subject?
I think this one was shared previously. It was the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone is asking in the chat, the school does not have a website and an email. How
easy. We're going
or perhaps, Felix.
Yes, Mr. Dick. Yeah.
Allow me to interrupt a bit. Maybe I allow you to share your screen and show us how you go about it.
Okay.
Yeah, as you explain. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So maybe I can respond to his question as you are loading. Your school website. I think when you are filling that, you can use the TSE website. Just write there www.tse.go.ke. Hopefully that is the address of TSE. I think on where you'll be asked on about the organization email. You can use that one of TSE. I'm sure you are a member of TSE, so you can probably use that.
George was asking if it is possible for learners to access Teams.
Oh yes, learners. It is very possible for learners to access Teams.
James is saying, I had started the process of nomination. But I am no longer able to see the page. I had logged in in order to continue with the process. Should I start all over again?
Yeah, you can restart because you still have time. If hopefully you had saved what you were applying, but if you didn't save, then all got lost. So you always apply as you save. After every step, ensure you always save and then say continue later. Save, continue later. Because I'm sure you are unable to answer all those questions in one sitting. Perhaps if maybe you'll be using the whole day to answer all those questions. But if you are doing it, you do it, you can do 1 hour, you answer some, save and continue later, you go to class, you come back and continue. Yeah, that will start the process. Then ensure as you fill the forms, you save the data and then continue later, so that the data doesn't get lost for you to also restart again. Remember, the deadline is July 8th. Today is 17th. So we are almost approaching the deadline. For those who you better start early. We don't like last minute rushes because maybe then your network will be down, you'll be having a lot of issues. Always start early in time. Is there any other question, Dickson?
There are some hands which are up. We have Jerobosta. You can unmute, then you ask your question. Will be followed.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, perhaps I can respond to them as Felix is loading the. Yes, please.
Yes, I did get the chart of the email address for the school, as well as the school web address. Because that was a requirement.
Yeah, you can use that of TSC if your school doesn't have one.
Are you there? The TSC address?
Yes, the TSC website.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
Okay.
they have even provided you with credentials, so there's nothing wrong with using their address.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Then we have Steam 34. Steam 34.
Thank you. Mine is on that question of the school address. What you've said, we use the WWTSC, but it's not working. Actually, they are prompting us to use a HTTP URL something. It's not working.
Okay, yes.
The TSC.
Let me copy paste it and send it in the chat. Hope you can be able to see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me just put it on the chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Then Steam 42.
Okay. I missed last this class, and now I'm feeling like I'm so much left. And to guide me on how to get in this MIE, and I'm afraid like you are so busy. So I'm hoping that today you have some time for me that I get in. And also you told me about the rings here from the records that there were some, but not access the rings.
Which links are you unable to access, please? I didn't get you clearly.
Well, I am not sure about the links, which ones, because I was listening to the recorded that was done last Thursday. So I could only hear, I've sent you the links, but I was not able to access the links. I could not see the links. They were not even sent on the group. So that's how I was left.
Okay, so the link, it's what now we are talking about. Felix is going to demonstrate how you are going to access the form. So links that were provided were meant to enable you to access this MIE Expert Program. Felix is going to demonstrate to us how to go about it. I think maybe I just give him some few moments so that we are all at par. Felix Malone is.
Thank you, Derrick. Thank you very much for taking us through the phase 2 and what is required. Nancy, thank you very much for joining us today, and many other educators that are here. Well, I think the first thing we need to look at is what programs are there, and then from there we know why we go straight to where we are supposed to go. So on the chart, I have put, and Derrick has also put the link for the what we are calling the MIE, that is msedu.eventco.com. It is the place where you go so that you can actually access the Microsoft education programs. At the moment, the ones that are key and we would want maybe teachers and schools to join is the MIE Expert and Showcase schools. So because we want to deal individually first and join the community of educators, we are assuming, this is the assumption we have, that at least most of our teachers have an idea about what Office, Microsoft, of course, they are the people who gave us Microsoft Office offers. So the TSC has been very kind to us by giving us what we're calling the accounts for TSC. So when you open office.com, for example, and you sign in with the TSC email that you have, or if you are outside Kenya, if you go to office.com and you log in with your email, you can set up an account for Microsoft that gives you access to all these tools. So we have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook, and so many others, including Microsoft Teams. Now, we are assuming, that is the first assumption we have, that you at least understand the various Office 365 apps or applications that we have. I am very sure most of us have that, most of us. And in case there is someone who does not have that, then those are case-by-case situations that we are going to share our contacts that we can actually be able to pick up and support the Kenyan educators and even just the African educators. So I'll just proceed to the first link that we have shared today. The first link that we are saying people should be able to join with is what we are calling the msedu.eventco.com. That link has been shared on the meeting chat. I'm not very sure everyone can access the meeting chat. Sometimes it does something which I don't understand why it does that, but I would still share it again. Oh yeah, we have a WhatsApp page. I will also, maybe Derrick, you can share, or Dickson, you can share the link to the WhatsApp, and then you can, we can be able to pick up from there also. You can share the link there. So maybe I can copy the link here and also deposit, or you guys can do that on our behalf. So on the chat, it's there. We have put the chat, we put the link there. You can actually be able to click on it and it will take you to where you can see my screen. And please confirm for me, Dickson, if you can see my screen.
Not yet, I'm not able to see it.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. Please, when you see it, let me know. Can anyone see my screen?
Not yet. There is a screen which is sharing. Eh? I don't know it is the one that Derrick left. It is the one showing.
Okay.
Or maybe let me leave the meeting, then rejoin, so that maybe if that is the issue. Hopefully that will be okay, Felix.
Yes, please. It can help. But meanwhile, great team, great ambassadors and teachers, please kindly and with all due respect, on the chat there is a link. There is a link that I have shared. It's called MSEDU Event Co. is the one link that we encouraging each and every one of us to use to be able to access the specific site that we are talking about. So then let's just look at it. I don't know, now you can see my screen. Fatuma says I can see your screen. Another person who can see the screen?
Yes, we can. I can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the feedback. Okay, so it's called the Microsoft Education Programs. We have various opportunities there, but what we want to look at is this one. So we have program and we have the overview. We have the overview of the program, who should fill the self-nomination. We are told about that. We are told about the Microsoft Showcase School program, which is filled by the head teachers. If you are a champion in your school, you can also do that. I've done that before. Our school has been in a showcase school for a while. And so you can do all that. The most important thing is to look at the one that is for Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts. And I just want to do this for the purpose of ensuring who is it that is supposed to do this. So notice that we have MIE Expert self-nomination between May and July. We are looking for self-driven educators who are passionate about teaching and learning. I'm very sure you guys are. That's why you're here. Who inspire students with creative thinking. Yes, indeed, we do that. When you're telling them to count one and then they count 3, 1, and they are like, oh, that's not the right way to do it. Then we keep being creative, and even at the PE pitches, we are able to come up with, whatever it is that you do. I'm very sure teachers are amazing, and whatever they do is exciting. So we are saying the MIE experts should have adopted a current research-based teaching. All of us are CBCs, so I'm very sure of that. They must model failure, that failure is an opportunity to learn and to reflect, as well as resilience. They must see MIE expert community as a valuable PLN or PLC, that is professional learning community. And also they are seen as a leader in their school and the school system. So you want to be seen as a leader of the same. And then you can also provide coaching or mentoring of other teachers. I am like, some people are saying, oh, am I supposed to even train people? Yes, you can do it. And then there is another one saying, are comfortable in presenting in front of the other educators and leaders and show stories of growth and learning. And also these teachers are those people who look for ways to improve their teaching profession. So you need to be able to do that. And I'm very sure most of you are able to do so. So you are told, when they talk about educators, they are talking about teachers who are classroom teachers, school teachers, professional learning specialists, instruction assistants, trainers, anyone who supports teaching and learning and wants to grow in their skills and support others. And the learner is that someone you provide instruction to. So what are we supposed to do at this stage? I would like us to scroll up a little bit, please, if you're following. And there is this blue icon here. It says register now or sign in. Now, once you click on that, and I'm very sure most of us have been able to do that, but in case someone has not been able to do that, this is what you need to do. You click on the blue icon there which says register. And then Dickson, confirm, you can see my new page, Microsoft Educator Programs.
The page is clear.
All right, then we are in the right place. So you are told to begin registration. You need to select your preferred login method below to access your existing registration. Sign in with the credentials used to register. So this is where you start. It all begins here. Dickson, do you have any question at this stage?
No questions so far.
All right. All right, so we move on. So we are saying this is where you begin before you can answer those questions Mr. Derrick was referring to. Okay, so we want to be able to move from there. Now, when you get here,
Felix?
yes, please,
Please
Nicodemus.
proceed. So must one have JC email or any other email to
The first time I applied for MIE Expert, I used a Gmail account. You can access using a Gmail account, or you can even use your Facebook account.
Okay, thank you.
So you can actually be able to do that. Now, because of the Kenyan situation, it's a good situation, by the way. Because of the Kenyan situation, you can, okay, yeah, so we have a concern there. Dickson, you can refer to that on the chat. Because the Kenyan situation whereby teachers have been able to be given Office 365 accounts by government, you can still use the TSC account. And that's why we are saying you click on work or school account, or if you don't want to do that, you have accounts with Microsoft. If you don't have an account with this, you can also create your username and password by clicking the link down here. Let's assume, I'm assuming I'm going to click work or school account. Allow me to do that because I have a Microsoft account. So I'm going to click that. And once I click on that, it says sign in. Let me remove all this so that we can read from the same script. You guys, when you click, what do you see? Maybe we can hear feedback. When you click school account, what do you get? Anybody?
It's asking.
Jacinta, yes.
For school account, it's saying you
Enter.
please enter a valid URL that starts with HTTP or HTTPS and has no space.
That is okay. That is who? That is Jacinta, or is it Nicodemus?
Jacinta.
Jacinta, could you just share your screen so that we can be able to see exactly what you're seeing? It's okay if you can do that kindly.
Let me try.
Please don't try, just do it.
Share screen.
Yeah, this is how we do it, guys. And we have to do like this until we get there.
Hey.
There you go. We are waiting on you.
Wait. Now where was I? It has given me very many apps. I even don't know where I was.
Are you using your phone?
Yeah, I'm using my phone, unfortunately.
Down there it says screen, share screen. Down there,
Yeah.
the last thing says share screen. Click on that.
I have clicked on share screen and then it's telling me display over other apps. So
yes, say yes.
Okay, yes,
And then what else does it say?
It has given me very many options: Android, calculator, digital well-being, Duo, Facebook. This must be Google. I think I was on. Let me look at if it's on my browser.
Okay, check on that. As she checks on that, if another person can also share and tell us what they are getting on their platform, kindly. There you go. There you go. My friend, can you click the home button? That 0 at the center of your phone down there.
Is it
No.
that?
No, down there. There is a place on your phone. There is on your phone, the normal phone. Okay, the normal phone. Of course, it's a normal phone. The place down there where we have, yeah, there you go. And then you go to Teams.
Teams.
Yeah, go to Teams. Not that's the meeting. Don't go to the meeting. Just ignore the meeting. Go to the team. Go back to the home button.
Teams.
By the way, I don't know why you are breathing like that. Relax. You are doing so well. Okay. Now go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You got it. And tell us if you can see that place where you're getting that message when you click the link. Or is it on the Google Chrome? Is it on Teams? Where are you getting that link?
On Chrome.
Okay, let's go to Chrome then.
Chrome.
You're doing well.
I actually it. I don't know where it went.
Just click wait. All
Can
right.
I start?
Yeah, just go to start then. Go to the chat on the meeting.
Click
Please wait. Yeah. Our phones are going to get used to this.
Confirm school organization email address.
That's what it's saying. Now, are you on Google Chrome?
Yeah, I am.
we can only see close team or something. What do we do? Mr. Dickson, give me some guidance here.
Let me stop sharing first.
Maybe if you stop sharing,
Yeah.
let's start again.
Is it okay?
Not yet. You've not stopped sharing.
Hey.
Let me help her. Have I helped you? Dickson, can you see on the screen now?
I can see your screen.
Yes, so now she can reshare, or if Mr. David, maybe you can also help us in as Jacinta works on that. Or Fatuma, if you can share your screen. Anybody else who can help us by sharing the screen so that we can read the message and we can be able to confirm for most of the people. Kindly. Thank you. Okay. Nicodemus, please go to the chat then. Nicodemus?
Yes?
You are sharing your screen, right?
Yeah, I was trying, but I have stopped to share.
We wanted to see what you... Okay, we just want someone. I think Simon is sharing now. Simon, can we just try to work with Simon for now? Simon, hebu tusaidie hapa. What you need to do now is to go to the link on the chat. Just go to the chat, Mr. Simon. Simon, can you see the screen? Can you see the chat kindly? Simon, you could be talking, but your mic is off, so you might want to put on your mic. All right, there you go. You have to click the home button on your phone where you go to see all the apps. Pale unaenda kuangalia apps zote. Yes, not that one, the other one, the one at the center. Oh, it's actually the same person. Okay. All right, then you needed to go to the link. comes back to the place of Mr. Karori, can you help us here? Mr. Karori, maybe you can also share if you can help us. Okay, oh, there you go. Oh, but that's a meeting link. Okay, let's see. Please, I think this one is for the meeting. The link you're looking for is the link on the chat on is it called EduCore? Event Core, sorry. MS. Okay, Julius. Yes, Julius, now you can help us. Can you go to the link, maybe on the chat?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How did you want us? Want me to help? Sharing.
Oh, I wanted someone who can actually share and tell us what they see. We see now this. My friend Julius is able to see his account. So when we wanted someone who can actually go to the event core, click on the link, and then we'll be able to see, this specific place. So either you have used the TSC account or you don't have a TSC account. So this is the way we wanted to see. So Mr. Julius has helped us. I don't know, Mr. Ignatius, have you been able to log in up to this point?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, we were just trying to do that to help people who might have challenges with that. Fatuma sends a message there, says that she has a concern about being accepted for permissions. Okay, so Julius, thank you very much. We need to get back to Fatuma on that. Julius, thank you very much for demonstrating this. Once you click the link, it takes you to that, but some other people, it might take you elsewhere. And that's why I wanted to confirm that everyone can be able to see the link. So let's just look at this once again. Normally, what you should expect is that when you log in, the first thing, when you click the link for registration, which is here, I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes.
If you click the link, it should take you straight to the platform that I was talking about. And it is from there that you are able to pick which account you want to use. Is it Facebook, other things? And you should just, when they ask you about your information, they are telling you, let me just first of all click on Facebook. Let's see, it's going to take me to Facebook. It takes me to a place where it says, yeah, you can still use one, but you have to stick to one. It picks my Facebook account and it says I need to allow because information here is going to be shared. So continue as me. Yes, this MSc events needs to access my information. If you don't want to do that, you want to use the school account. Rather, let me use Microsoft account. You could use a Microsoft account. It will ask you, do you have a Microsoft account? If you don't have, you'll have to create one. It will require you to create one. So you have to have a Microsoft account. Now, note, Microsoft account, the one that you have for the school, for the people who are working for TSC, or the ones who are working even for another organization, is not the same. The Office 365 account is not the same as Microsoft account. So don't confuse the two. So if in case it doesn't work, you can come back and go to the one for school or work. So you go to the school or work is the one that works best. Of course, we are not Microsoft employees. We are just, members of our community. So this is where you set up your account. So I'm going to put my account and I'm going to see how it works. So I'm going to put my account like Steam. This is my account for ambassador because I am an ambassador. I'm going to put 05 at this is my account. You can put your own account, please. I don't know, someone stopped me from sharing. Please don't share currently. Okay, I'm going to do my account. You don't have to do my own. This is my personal account. Please don't use this one. You need to use your own email. If you are a school, you are working for TSC, you need to fill in your own account.com. That is my email. Now I'm going to click next, and I will put my password if it's an Office 365 account. If it is not, then you need to create one. I'm doing this for the first time, so that in case you log in, you will be able to see. So the point here is to be able to create an account. Dickson, I hope I'm not messing up anything. Dickson?
Yeah, you are clear.
Okay, so thank you very much. Now I have created my account. It says, MS Events is going to access your information. I think this is where Fatma was. So I'm going to click accept because it's saying it's going to accept my information. No wonder we are filling information there. And every organization is now being asked to be able to do that, to ensure that it asks people for permission. Only TikTok is struggling with that, but it's okay. All right. So now I can actually go in just like Julius Kipngeno was able to do. So the moment you get here, and I will hope everyone can actually do this now, you click continue. And just like that, guys, we are on Self-Nomination Hub, where you can now become an MIE expert. What do they need you to do the first thing? They'll need you to do something called self-nomination information. So you'll find your information like, my name is Felix. Please, I'm not going very fast. I'm trying to go as low as I can. Then I'm going to say my second name is Malombe. What a wonderful name I have. Okay, all you guys, all your names are good also, guys. Don't feel bad. Then here it asks me a question about my personal email. Guess what? I'm just going to put the same email. 05 at, I'm just going to put the same email. Let me copy the same and put it there. So I'm putting the same email as the one that I put for the school. You know, you don't have to worry about anything. Even if you have a Gmail account, you put the same. But now the challenge with the school is that it might say, this is not a school email. So you need to have created an account earlier for, for TSC and or something like that. Of course, if you get challenges, you're going to see and crack our brains to see that we get the right answer. So I'm going to put this, and I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to get this, and I'm going to paste it here. It's just copy paste now, because all my information is there. Now, the question here is, to which email address do you like program communication sent? If I were you, I would use personal email address. Why? Because this is the one that I access very fast on my phone at any time, my Gmail or my account. But it doesn't matter. Even if you see the school, they will still communicate to you. Then where do you live? Let me say I live in Kiambu. I live in Kiambu. My street is Kiambu. Just that. Do I need to give address? That is my address. Which city? I live in Kiambu. Please don't tell me I'm in Nairobi or I'm in Kisumu. Okay, then what country do I live in? I just press this arrow going down. Whether you're on phone or laptop, the laptop is the best because you press KK and you're in Kenya. If you are in Rwanda, you just press RR. You find yourself in Russia. You press another R and you find yourself in Rwanda. So you get there. Zip code is not a mandatory. By the way, the things to check is this star and this star. All right. What is the name of my school? My school is called STEAM Labs Africa. Okay. It has put my code though. Okay. Then it says which school organization. School name is that. School, I'm just going to put the same. You can put your own school. It's just organization. You just repeat the same thing. Or you can say TSC at this stage. This is address. Sorry, guys. Sorry for misleading you. I'm just going to say Kenya. You can say Kericho, Kenya. You can say Kitui, Kenya. You can say Mombasa, Kenya, and so forth. The school is part of Ministry of Education, or it's a network of schools, or it's a district. For me, I just call it the network of schools. If it the people in public schools or private schools, you need to just put whatever it is you want to put there. No one is, it's just an answer we want to put. What's your title? Me? You want to know what I am? I'm an ICT champion. Or I'm just a guy who does IT specialist. Actually, let me see. I'm technology, you know, the way people do things. Technology specialist. You can say that. You can say, no, I'm not that. I'm just a principal. No, I'm a director. You can say all those things. No one is asking you to pin you down. Okay, there is no gun in front of you. Okay, that's a bad example. Okay, then there is school institution organization sheet. I'm in Kiambu. Oh, this because we're in a network, I'm going to say I'm in Nairobi because that's the headquarters. Steam Labs as the headquarters in Nairobi. You know, I am going so smoothly. I'm like, are people actually following? Or do we have some questions?
Sarah Kipkirui has question, Felix.
Yes.
Sarah has a question.
Hello.
Hi, Sarah.
Yes. I have a challenge where it is the institution. We don't have an email in the school. So what do we write?
You don't have what?
Where it is written institution. You
It's
don't
your
have
school.
to write the TSC.
No, you can write your school now. You can write our school is called whatever I don't know. What's the name of your school?
Okay, that is not the place. The initial place up there, after writing my email address
For your
and
school.
confirming, mine now, my personal. And then now for the institution.
I messed up here also. Okay. Okay, so you said you have a TSC email address, right?
Yes.
That is what you put. You can even put both of them the same. The TSC account. That's what you use.
And for the institution.
For the institution, that is what I'm saying. So the personal email address could be your Gmail. Actually, you can use the TSC for both. It is okay. See, I've used both the same for myself.
Okay.
Just use the TSC at mwalimu.tsc or everything else.
Continue, Felix. I don't know.
Thank you. Yes. Another person with a question, I can see Miss Sanya, or Miss, I don't know, Sanya, 39, Priya. You have a question? Rebecca Migwambo, do you have a question before I continue?
No, I don't. I'm okay. I pressed by mistake. I'm okay.
Okay, let's keep going. So now we are here. We are doing very well, guys. So we are at a place now, we are giving information about the school. You're just saying a lot of stuff there. You're telling us you are the director. You know, you are the one who calls shots and stuff. Okay, the school organization website. This is where you drop the TSC number at the website. If your school has a website, it's okay. If your school does not have a website, then you can borrow the neighbor's school website. I'm kidding. Yeah, you can borrow that. Or you can just put the TSC website. It will be accepted. I don't think there will be a problem there. So I'll put my TSC account, or I can just go and pick the Streamlabs. By the way, something to note, and I think Sarah of 34 mentioned this, or Sarah Kitkurui, you need to, don't say www.tsc. It has to start with HTTPS. It has to start with HTTP. That must always be there. So it's better to go to the website. Go to the website. Go to the website and get the link. get the link directly. So you go there if you're on Google Chrome, and then you click inside the link, and then you can control A if that is on a computer, or you just click inside, then you'll see the HTTP. You select everything and you copy it. Otherwise, you have to do HTTPS //www.dsc.go.ke. Please ensure you do that, otherwise it will be rejected. They always require you to put HTTP because it's the gateway to your website. Okay, and the other things are okay. You can put 002, 200, all those things. I'm going to put anyway. My school is in Kenya. If your school is in Nigeria, you can also put. Julius. Julius? Julius Kipngano?
Yes.
Your hand is up.
Okay. I was about somewhere, but I think I'm going on in well.
Okay, then. Thank you very much. So I am happy that we are doing well, at least most of us. Yes,
We
Mr.
have
Eric.
Eric.
Yes, Mr. Eric Lodge.
Eric Olwach, come out of mute.
I think the person we have now is Mr. Joe.
Really, I am muted to add up in your question.
Oh, okay.
Eric Olwach, ask that question.
Hello.
Hi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I've just joined the meeting.
Yes.
So I want to know the things that you are putting to be discussed.
Wow. Okay, let's continue. Please, if you have a question also, you can write on the chat so that we can be able to move. And so let's just go through this. So we said that you finished the school information. Then from there are some questions there. What do you do? So I'm going to say I'm teaching STEM because that's what I'm doing. And then I save and submit. And you can put another thing. You can list all the others down there. Of course, my email has been rejected. Your school email address cannot match the one for your, oh, they cannot match. My goodness. So here I'm going to just put my email then. Let's say Felix Malombe. Yeah. I'm going to put the one on top, then the other one I'll copy here. For the one for TSC. Allow me to do that. By the way, once you put it, it speaks out automatically. So my personal email address, I'm sorry there, Miss Sarah, I misled you. So you can put your personal email address, your Gmail or Yahoo, like Derrick used to tell us, and then you can do the other things down there. I think that should be fine. The other information is there. I've written so much. Oh, I need to say I'm in Kenya, not Rwanda. KK, Kenya. And the school information is there. Save and continue. Okay, I did not say KK, Kenya. Why is it refusing? Save. You might get some challenges as you continue. So I'm going to change my email. It has been refused. It has been declined. I don't know if that is still English. I'm going to put that STEAMlabs email. I'm going to go to STEAM. These are the challenges that you get, and so it's important that you just know we are looking at resilience. Can you be able to keep up? You see, I'm calling myself a specialist, but look at that. I'm actually not able to grasp everything. And this is the real life. We need to be able to do this. So in case you get challenges, keep tinkering until you get in. Please don't give up. We don't give up, especially in Africa. There you go, saying Kenya. My goodness, It's a lot of work, this one. But don't worry, once you get in, you'll be in a good place. So I'm in, guys, with my account. And check what I'm going to do now. I'm going to start the faces. So I'm going to click add self-nomination. That is what you do. You click on that. What do you want to nominate yourself? Of course, you want to nominate yourself as your expert. Wait until you do the showcase later. Showcase is up to August 15th. We will talk about that. But right now, MIE Expert. Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert. Click Save and Submit. And there you go. It's loading the page for me. Guys, I just started my first program. Of course, the first moment that I fill in, it's going to come and save and submit. Now it is asking me about questions about what we've been talking about. Always click at the top here to save your progress. Always click on this to save your progress. Patrick, I will come back to you shortly. But then we have all this information that we need to fill in. The question is your school a showcase school? No, neither. What's the name of your organization? Going to put it there. I'm starting to nominate myself, guys. You can call your school there. That's my school. I'm going to save progress. Please, once you do everything, ensure you save your work. Now, next, what's the age range do you teach? Us guys, in our school, we teach only 2 classes. 2 classes. That group. We don't teach after that. Or maybe we teach after that. I don't know. Or even we teach after that. There is no limitation. You can just tell us who you are. Okay, we teach math, we teach science, we teach humanities, but also we teach design and technology, we teach coding, computing, art and design, and PE is now in our schools. Or I teach the whole primary school. I also teach English. You need to pick what exactly you do. You don't need to say like me. Do you have students, learners with internet at your school? That is what Mr. Derrick was starting to talk about. Do you have that? Say no, we don't have. It's okay to say that, but you are encouraged to say yes. Because either way, even if you don't have internet at school, your teacher can hotspot, or you have tablets, the government sponsored ones. Or if you are a private school, you guys need to do that. I'm kidding. I'm being careful there. Then do your students have internet? Of course, some of them have. Some of them. Or you can say all of them. Most of the best answer is some of them. And then what technology do you, okay, this is about answers according to me, by the way. What technology do your students use? As guys use WhatsApp, so on mobile phone. We don't have tablets. They are a bit expensive. But if you are in government, of course, you know, we have tablets, so you can tick. Or you have a laptop, a desktop that is shared. My students have even have a device. Don't say that. It's not fair. Because they have something, whether it is school or at home. And then now, this is the moment. What is your professional learning place on social media? Do you have Twitter? You can go to Twitter. I'm going to demonstrate this. I know not everyone has Twitter. You don't have to have Twitter, but it's encouraged that each and every one of the teachers in Kenya can just go to Twitter. By the way, you don't need to know how to tweet. Over time, you learn it. I'll taught you about WhatsApp. We know how to do these things. Okay, if I'm talking too much, you can stop me, Mr. Derrick, Dickson. So I'm going to pick Twitter. I'm loading Twitter, and I'm going to select the URL just like I did for the TSC account. I'm going to pick my URL. Oh, I'm logged in as Streamlabs. I need to log into my account. Please log in with the organization's account. You need to have your personal account. I'm coming to an end in a moment. So I need everyone to at least be able to get where we are. And my computer is calling me. Stuck. Okay, meanwhile, we can hear. Okay, it's there. So I'm going to switch the accounts. Okay, still hanging. Mr. Patrick Mwangangi.
Yes, I'm going hand in hand with you.
Yeah.
And my question was, am I doing the showcase or the MIE part? So I'm there. So I got it right. So then the other question, I don't have I deleted all my Twitter accounts and the other one because we are going hand in hand. So is it a must to put something in those things or you can skip?
You don't have to have. That's why it's not. That's why it is not showing. There is no star, a red star here, but it is encouraged because they are going to check if you are a member of Twitter. So you need to be able to create that. Of course, this is where our discipline comes in. So you need to create a Twitter account. So Mr. Karoli, I'm coming back with how to upload our Twitter account. It's very easy. So we can still do that. So I will demonstrate that in a moment. So you need to have your Twitter account, yes. So kindly, if you can have, but it's not a must. I must say it's not a must. It's just that Microsoft would like to know how you'll be connecting with them. And Facebook as well. So how do you get Twitter? I know someone is asking that because they are on phone. So this is, okay, I'm going to go to my account. And I hope it works because I don't know the password. I forgot the password. Anyway, I'm just going to do a demo. I'm going to go to the one for Streamlabs, and I'm going to go to the Twitter account. So how do you go to share your URL for your Twitter? You go to, you ensure that you are reading profile. Even if you're on phone, like this one, I'm going to go to my gadget. I hope I have the two gadgets. Okay. Going to go to my Twitter on my phone, and then on Twitter, I'm going to go to the profile. There is a place called profile. I don't know if you can see my phone, my profile there. And while you're on profile, you can, no, you can't do that. You can't do that on phone. So all you need to do is just type these words, https twitter.com, and then you put your username. So like right now, you can see mine is there. How can I remove this thing here? Someone teach me how to do this. I forgot. The control thing is blocking me. There you go, it's gone. So I'm saying you go to https Twitter, something like that, and then your URL will be at the end, your username, if you're Streamlabs A for Streamlabs Africa or Felmalo for me. So I'm going to select that copy, and then I'm going to go back to my work, and I'm going to paste it on Twitter. The same thing for Facebook. You'll do the same. I'm going to try Facebook. Okay. And you have to ensure you are on your profile. So this is Twitter. Hey, my computer hour. Okay, so it's going to give me the same thing, and I can post, you know, that kind of a thing. We should be able to do that. I know we are trying our best, and you get there. We are a very amazing team of people, so we'll get there over time. So I'm going to go to Facebook, and I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to click it. It should be able to give me the URL, or I can just click here. There you go. It will pick my URL. I'm going to put my select it. This is my URL for my profile. Please ensure it has your URL. Some of us, we have had to change our URL so that it picks our username, but you also can set up yours in a good way. Copy, and then you paste on the link here, Facebook. If you have Instagram, you do the same. TikTok, you do the same. LinkedIn, you do the same. You have a YouTube channel, you do the same. And you can continue. So they ask you, how many followers do you have on Twitter? Someone said, I am starting mine now. Please, please, please. You can still put whatever you have. Even if there are 2, even if you want to say 10, as you grow, because all they want to know is that you'll be able to do that. Please tick the others down there. You come to what Mr. Derrick was talking about, courses that you've done on educator community, because that's another thing we'll be looking at in the next session. We will not move beyond this for today for the purposes of cognitive load. We ensure that everyone at least is able to get there. Please, every time you get there, go up there, say save progress. You can stop at that or you can continue until midnight, but please don't do that. We have still some time until July 8th. I want to take this meeting back to Mr. Dickson. I'm sorry, Mr. Dickson, for taking so much time.
So, thank you very much, Felix, for that wonderful presentation. We are glad to have joined this session together with us. Happy for that. In fact, you've done it very, very well. So we are looking forward to more sessions. Welcome again and again with your questions. And you can reach out via WhatsApp on anywhere you are stuck, because the time is short and we are so many in the call, not all questions can be answered. So you can reach out via WhatsApp and you will be assisted. So I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for joining this session as we grow together to become Microsoft Innovative Educator Experts. So we want to promote this in our classroom and in our country so that we can learn together with the global teachers around the world. So thank you so much for the session. Our time is so much spent, it is around 2 hours. So the WhatsApp group is full now. You can join the Teams group, which is not full. And you can also join Kaizala, which is also not full. But the capacity for WhatsApp is full. Also, we have a Facebook page. I'll be able to share the link in the chat, and Kaizala as well, so that you join. Those PLCs are not full, but the WhatsApp is full. So otherwise, I want to thank you for joining the session. Is Derrick back? Derrick, are you back? Before we end the call. Derrick Charles. So I can't get Derrick back. I'm going to share the link of Kaizala. I'm going to share the link for Teams. I've already shared. But the one for Teams, you have to join using your TAC Office 365 account. That is what you will have to join with. And Kaizala, you will just click on the link and join. Our WhatsApp is full. We are sorry for that. So thank you so much. And we've come to the end of the session. Thank you for your 2 hours. Thank you, Felix Malombe. See you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, and may God bless you. Our session was up to that point. We'll continue in the next session as we continue.